Claire Borrell came to Gibraltar aged just 19. She met the man who would become her husband and moved in with him. He would go on to abuse her physically for the next 18 years. By the time she asked him for a divorce on the grounds of domestic violence, she feared for her life. Living with the guilt of how her abuse might affect her 3 children, Claire formed the charity Women's Aid, providing a refuge for victims of domestic violence. She then formed Women in Need, providing a safe space and much-needed support. Demand for the charity's services often exceeded the available space. She gave talks in Westside and Bayside schools to raise awareness. She worked closely with the police too, advocating for a multi-agency approach. In 2016, she told GBC Gibraltar was the worst place in the world for victims of domestic violence, as it's hard for them to avoid their aggressor.
Well, what we really need to do is have more awareness so that people know that there are places to go to, there are people that they can talk to, people that they can get advice from. Because I remember when I needed something like this, after what I call my 18-year apprenticeship at the other end of my ex-husband's fist, there was nobody and there was nothing, and I didn't know anything about anything. I didn't know which lawyer to go to. I didn't know how to go about doing anything, and it was so hard. But apart from anything else, Gibraltar is the worst place in the world because you are going to see him. Whether it's today, tomorrow, next week or next month, you will bump into him in the street.
She said getting out of an abusive relationship was one of the hardest and most frightening things a person could do. Claire was recognized with an MBE for the help she provided to many hundreds of women, children and men suffering domestic violence. She poured herself into the charity's work for more than 30 years before retiring to England. She died there yesterday morning. Our condolences to her family.